it's Biddy Penny. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm making 4 cards. And yeah, I kind of just started recording all at once, so let me catch all up. This is my winter card. I use a stamp set from last Christmas, actually Sabrina and Scrappy Tails' first release ever, that is just gorgeous. And I am using Distress Resist medium here, and now I had stamped my image, colored it, and then I masked it before I did all of this. Then I laid down the Resist, and now I'm ink blending with my Distress Oxides on top, which with Stormy Sky and Humbled Glass. So what I'm doing today is making 4 cards focusing on flowers for all seasons. I made these cards actually for a Scrappy Tails blog hop celebrating her Labor Day sale where everything was 20% off. And being that everything in the store was 20% off, I thought it would be really fun to focus on all 4 seasons because she has stuff for the whole year. And so that's kind of the focus for the makes today. Now, in case you're curious, I had stamped that birdhouse with a transparent ink, a light ink, so that I could no-line watercolor. And then I added the details back in with a fine liner pen. So I pulled in lots of random different products today. This card has actually features from different products. This here is from the A7 book add-on, which you guys have seen me use the A7 book shadow box a few times. And she came out in this latest release with an add-on for it. And I know I think she's planning on adding more add-ons to it in the future. Okay, this is also another new product. This is the poinsettias, and this is a layering die set. I had sprayed it with Crackling Fire Distress ink, but it just was the wrong red, so I went back over it with a red that matched my sentiment and my bird a little better. And now I'm just kind of building up the bouquet here. With pine cones, and these are so cool. So if you guys have seen her like everyday foliage dies that she had when she came out with a Christmas version, and these are just spectacular. I know you guys have seen me already use them once before, and I'm gonna just keep using them. And now my sentiment is also from one of her sets, and it says Christmas Blessings. And I just really like the way this bouquet came together. That red is so vibrant against that soft background. My computer's making noise. I'm just sure y'all can hear it, and I'm sorry. I don't know why. I guess the fan is like in double time. Okay, second card, Dried Marigold. That's right. Ooh, I just discovered Dried Marigold, and I really like it. So I did some ink smushing there on the background. And this is a slimline card that measures 8.5 by 3.5. Here again, I'm using the A7 book add-ons for these corners. I thought it would add a nice touch. I love the intricate detail. It's almost like paper lace, these corners. And this is how I glue them. You could also die cut them with like some Sizzix, sticky sheets, whatever. I've seen a sponge technique where people put glue on their glass mat and then use a sponge and sponge the glue onto the back of their fine die cuts like this. Like there's run them through your Xyron, whatever you like. This just works for me. So after I lay this one down, then I had die cut a few other things, like this oval. Now, making these cards is when I realized that my die cut machine that was 5 months old was on the kaputs. It's not working. And so it couldn't handle this oval. Not fully, but it ended up being okay. It basically embossed this oval instead of cutting it out, but I'm making it work for me. Now I really like this outline a lot, but there's a few choices. I decided to keep it simple because I'm going to have flowers and I really want them to be the focal point of this card. So I actually just put this card in the mail today for a friend for a sympathy card. It was just, you know, it's really nice to have these really elegant, beautiful cards, I think, for sympathy cards. And I think it's always really nice to have sympathy cards ready, because when it's time that you need to use a sympathy card, many times you're kind of, maybe you don't have time, or you're not really in the creative mood, depending on how close the loss is to you. So it's nice to already have them pre-made, and you can use them whenever you need. So that's what this card ended up being for, but it was my spring card. I love tulips. They were the flower of our wedding. We just had tulips everywhere. And in fact, that's what's on my ring finger. My tattoo on my ring finger is a tulip with my husband's initials. That's how much I like tulips. So yeah, I have slowly been acquiring the Scrappy Tails flower dies because I love them all. I love the daisies, the tulips, the roses, which you're going to see the daisies and the roses coming up next. I love the poinsettias. I mean, they're just fabulous. Sabrina, just keep those flowers coming. I love them. So I offset my little bouquet here, and that longest stem that you see sticking up, the one in the middle, that was just me hand cutting some paper to give myself an extra stem for the tulip bud. So for that one right there. And I just kind of lay these out. Now one thing I did is, because I colored my die cuts with my Distress Oxides, I actually went back into these tulip buds and I added detail with just plain water and a really fine brush. And then I used like a paper towel to take up the excess ink, and I added detail, which y'all will see at the end of this video. Okay, so now I'm adding iridescent droplets. And sorry, the timing of this video got a little off here. I'm using a new editing program. I don't know what happened. I don't even want to try to guess, but I'll figure it out. Bear with me. So here though, I put down some glue dots, which you guys saw, and I'm using these rose gold metallic flakes, and I'm just going to let them dry. So I did the same thing you see for the center of the poinsettia, and now I'm adding it for the detail here. So I'm just going to use a little glue, set these aside, and come back to them after this card. This is my summer card. So these little lattice squares came from the Basket 3D pop-up die set. This is one of the details. There's a couple of really cool details that you can put in the panels of the basket, and this was just one of them. And I thought it would be fun to double them up and have like a climbing rose on a trellis. So that's what I was going for here. We've had a ton of roses blooming this summer in our yard, and it's just been so nice. Roses of all colors. It's just so beautiful. A little sticky. You don't want to get too close, but beautiful. So yeah, all of my die cuts I just quickly colored with my distress oxides and brushes. It was so fast and easy coloring these up. And I want to tell you that if you like these cards, go check out Scrappy Tails. See the different layering dice that she has of flowers. And if you want more inspiration, the design team is spectacular. There's one particular member, Miss Sharon Luska. I have got to give her a shout out because she uses these dies and makes incredible cards. So if you like this is just kind of giving you a taste of what you can create with these. Definitely go to Sharon Luska's YouTube channel. I will leave it linked below, and I'm going to leave Scrappy Tails link below so you can go directly to the website. It is affiliated, and by the way, the affiliate links help us creators out so much. Like, I know you hear people talk about, like, it doesn't cost you anything, but it helps us. It helps us a lot, in my opinion. I think it depends on everybody's budget and what they figure is helpful, but it is really helpful. So I want to let you know that it makes a big difference, and we're really grateful. I'm really grateful, and I know others are too. So thanks for using that link when I provide them below. I don't have a lot of affiliate links, but just for a couple of shops, and this is one of them. So now I'm adding these little honeybee gems, one for the tittle on wishes, because I can't keep up with those little dots. And then I added a few others around, like drops of dew on the roses. And then I used the butterfly die, which I now have 2 out of the 3 Scrappy Tails butterfly die sets. They're just amazing. They are so beautiful. I'm using some paper from my stash, and I put lots of mats, just layering it up, remembering to put my glue on. Your card stays together a lot better when you use glue. Or tape, or adhesive in general. And now I'm gluing all this down. Really fun. All right, back to this foil. I've kind of been foiling everything lately, and I just got some more deco foils, so there's going to be more foil happening in the future. I don't have a foiling machine, so this is my workaround. I'm going to try to spend a lot less money on crafting supplies, and if I do well, and I'm saving my money and spending it on things I should be spending it on and saving, which is what is a good idea, right? Then I'm going to reward myself like at the first of the year, maybe with a foiling machine. We'll see. All right, this is the last card, you guys. I wanted tone on tone. The embossing ink wasn't quite giving me what I wanted, a slightly darker tone on tone, so I did bring in this vintage photo. The stamp set is called Fairy Botanicals. It took me a minute. And it is so much fun. It has toadstools that are just the cutest, and frogs, and these really pretty flowers. And these are the layering daisies flower die. So this is my fall card. And you guys, if you follow me on Instagram, you've already seen all of these cards. So just so y'all know, my Instagram feed is slightly different than like my YouTube feed. And I am starting to post more there. I'm going to try to build it up a little more. It's fun. It's just a different platform. Again, sorry about that weirdness with the timing here. It's only for a second. But, you know, if you're on Instagram anyways, follow me. You never know what you'll see. These came out like a couple of weeks before the video on my Instagram. So, you know, it's different. I also have a website that I've been telling you guys about, bittypenny.com, which I'm starting a little blog over there. And it's just a place for you to contact me. A lot of times I've told you guys to reach out to me on Instagram, but now you'll have a way to reach out to me elsewhere. So I splattered that paper up with watercolor and gouache. if you want to use gouache for splatter, get titanium white. Don't buy permanent white, buy titanium white. And then you can get those really bright and vibrant white splatters. You can also typically do it with a white acrylic paint as well if you water it down. Just in case you're wondering, I love splatter. Splatter is kind of addictive. It's kind of hard to stop once you start splattering. It's like cards are cute and then you add splatter and they're awesome. So going around these torn edges with my dried marigold, I almost said magnolia. Okay, I brought in another piece of paper. This is a torn book page. I tore a section in the top and then rolled the edges. I just thought it added such a nice touch. I really wanted the stamped images and the dies to really stand out, but I can't help myself from using a patterned paper, if you will. So I decided to use book pages on this day. And again, what is it with this timing, right? It's okay. It's only for a second. A second here and a second there. Bear with me. Always just bear with me, guys. I hope you guys are all doing really well. And that you find inspiration here. If you already have flower dies, fantastic. Get them out and play along with me. Get out some books, tear the pages out. Have some fun, splatter some ink. So here is the winter card, if you will, and I just really, really like this card. The softness of the watercolor, the drastic color, a little bit of foiling. That resist spray is pretty darn awesome, you guys. It takes some getting used to, but it's pretty cool. And I just loved this card. I'm so glad I have a video of it now since it's gone and out, and I'm glad I had it ready for my friend when it was time to send her a card. And see the detail that I was able to get with just water removing ink from those tulips, and then I used a white gel pen too, and I tore the edges. And the thicker your cardstock, the nicer the texture you can get when you rough up the edges and tear them. Our summer card. And the Best Wishes die is actually from Scrappy Tails 2. And I just gave it an ombre inking. Really like this card. Let me know which card is your favorite, you guys. Thanks so much for watching. And I hope you enjoyed the video. Definitely go check out Scrappy Tails. Check out Sharon Luska and everybody else on this really fantastic team. I hope you have a really great day. I'm so appreciative of you spending your time with me. And I will catch you next time. Bye.